All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How is it going? I am Is There No One Else? And the video I'm bringing you today, I wanted to do a brief video talking about the new buffs and debuffs that are coming to the Flames of Ambition. Now, this came out on the first week of the PTS. PTS is more or less finalized. We will have the new Flames of Ambition DLC coming out in a couple of weeks here, and so I wanted to get this info out so you guys can think about your own specific builds. Now, before I go into this, guys, I haven't thoroughly tested all these status effects. I can't tell you what's good and what's not good, what's working, what's not working, how it's going to work for every individual build. We all know that there's a lot of different classes, a lot of different build types. I just want to get your mind thinking so that you could think about your own specific builds and how this could potentially help you. That's what this video is for. So, with that being said, let's dive into it. There are now 3 new status effects for the following damage types: bleed, physical, and magic damage. So, if you guys read the patch notes or you watched my video, they have a monster set out now that when you stack a status effect, you can gain 3 ultimate. And it was really weird. Like, I was reading it and I was like, oh, that's a cool like condition, but there's not enough status effects stacking to really make that beneficial. Well, when you read further in the patch notes, you see that they added new status effects, and then they also, in the CP tree, you have a chance to increase all the individual chances to apply status effects by 60%. If you guys want to see your chance on applying status effects, I recommend going on the Elder Scrolls forum. They have an entire thread talking about chances to apply status effects. The Alcast HQ also has a very nice page that you can go check out. So I would go check out those. Check out for your individual build how often you're going to be applying status effects and see how much that 60% is going to help you. But yeah, bleed damage has a chance to apply hemorrhaging. It deals slightly weaker damage than burning over 4 seconds and applies minor mangle to the target while afflicted. Minor mangle is the debuff that reduces your health pool. It's actually quite effective. It's kind of slept on. I feel like mangle is slept on a little bit. Although it's not reducing somebody's health, it's not taking their health away, it's reducing the cap on their health, meaning that they're more easily bursted. So bleed damage having a slightly weaker damage than burning and doing minor mangle is actually quite a bit. I'm very interested to see how much damage hemorrhaging actually is, because yeah, burning status effect is one of the most powerful dots in the game. It is really nasty. Physical damage has a chance to apply Sundered. It deals minor damage and applies minor breach for 4 seconds. So classes that stack a lot of physical damage, like Stamsorks with Hurricane, D-Swing builds, those types of classes that are building into a lot of physical damage, have a chance to give themselves minor breach, which is going to be more burst. Also, Nightblade surprise attack, they changed the 5% pen on there. It's now, surprise attack will now just apply Sundered. So you, instead of having 5% pen, you just have minor breach. So Nightblades have major and minor breach into their toolkit with mark and surprise attack respectively, giving them a lot of built-in pen onto their class. Magic damage has a chance to apply overcharged. It deals minor damage and applies, I don't know what minor damage is, guys. So I don't know what that means. I'm just the messenger, don't kill me. And applies minor magic of steel for 4 seconds. Now, minor magic of steel is what you get on Ellie Drain. And I know a lot of people were, especially in my Discord, there are a few people that were upset about this. They're like, why are we stacking? Why would you stack a status effect on a skill that most magic classes already use? And I think that's the wrong way to look at it. I would look at this, and I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just trying to be the contrarian here. I would look at this magic damage overcharge as a chance to take a skill off your bar. So I've talked about this quite a bit on my issues with Magicka classes versus stamina classes. The biggest issue with Magicka classes is, the 2 biggest issues is their overall burst is lower than stam, but they also just have issues with bar space. It's tough to fit everything that you want to fit on a Magicka class because of the lack of bar space. Well, one of the skills that you feel like you always have to use is Ellie Drain, because it's free to cast. It gives you major breach, which is fantastic for burst, and it also gives you minor magic of steel. And so all those stacked effects make it almost a must slot. Well, what if you, I'm not saying that this is possible, guys, this is just something that I would think about. What if you are running charged on your weapon and you're stacking multiple status effects? So you have your CP and your CP tree to boost by 60%. You have shock or frost, whatever enchant you want, whether you want concussed, chilled, whatever, you can run an enchant stacking another status effect, and then your normal abilities like sweeps or whatever are also having a chance to apply overcharge, or if you're a Sork, curse, frag, mages, all these different abilities have a chance to apply overcharge. So if you're stacking all these abilities, it's possible, and you're stacking this ability to apply status effects, it's possible you might be able to take Ellie Drain off your bar, and then you could fit on another skill. Now, like I said, I don't know if this is possible. This is how I would look at doing it. The biggest thing about status effects in the past and why they were powerful on builds is that you could stack multiple different effects. So people in the past, they would stack multiple effects. You remember the old Mag DK build from last year where people were running Grotdar. For the burning status effect, it was burning more often. They were then stacking it with Elfbane. And so Grotdar and Elfbane just allowed Grotdar to be up, which was applying a single target ability, and it was doing a lot more burning status effect. And then you had Ellie Drain or Overwhelming Surge on that build. And then they would also run like a disease enchant for healing debuff. So they debuff your healing. They would put all this dot pressure on you with Grotdar, which is also proccing burning. And it was just a very disgusting thing to deal with because it was so much damage. If you're trying to get into overcharged and trying to build into this, I would apply as many status effects in the same way. I would look at doing a similar thing to that Mag DK build and stack as many as possible so that you have as many effects as possible, and you're the big beefy boy on the street that everybody is afraid of. So either you bully or you get bullied in PvP, guys. So be the bully. Yeah, it's super interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how these turn out, and it's going to be interesting to see if Charged is going to make its triumphant return. I think there's a chance for it because of these new status effects. It's going to be interesting with the new monster sets. Obviously, we're not going to, like I said, we're not going to go through all the different possibilities for Magic Templar, Magic Sork, and all this stuff. Get your brain noggins thinking about how this could work for your build. You're going to need to know it because, yeah, it's new and it's coming. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, please provide in the section below. I will do my best to answer it. As always, guys, thank you for watching. Have a nice day.